karaoke, Stephanie. I'm sorry.
No.
I like Lady
Enjoy.
Antebellum. That's a good one. It's a favorite of mine. Hey, so when it comes to planning a wedding, something I may know just a little teeny thing about it, because it was only, what, about 90 days ago or so that I said I do? Yeah, invitations. They're probably one of the first things that the bride thinks of. You know, the save the dates, the invitations, how do we get them out there, and setting the tone and the proper etiquette for the big day. It's a lot. It can be overwhelming.
Yes.
So here to help us, you know, put our worries and put our stress away is wedding invitation specialist Stephanie White. How are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm great, thank you.
Oh my gosh, so let's talk about this, because honestly, when it came to the wedding invitations, you can get overwhelmed. The design, the writing, what are you going to say? I mean, at one point it was like, you know what, I'm just going to take this, a Crayola crown, you're invited. So what do I need to know? What do these brides that are, you know, maybe got proposed to over Christmas and they're thinking about a wedding later this year, what do they need to know?
Okay, so first of all, what I tell brides is, first of all, congratulations.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath, and then sit down with your groom-to-be, and you need to do some brainstorming. Okay, so what theme do you want to go with? How much do you want to spend? What type of wedding invitations do you want to do? What do you want to tell your guests? Do you want kids there? Do you no kids, non-alcoholic, alcohol? How do you want to...
do you bury that information in the invitation? So it's like, hey, Julie and Chuck are getting married. Here's the date. Here's the time. Here's the food. Blah, blah, blah. And by the way, you know.
Yes, I think that when you are presenting your information on invitation, that it's important to let people know if it is an adult-only wedding. And I think that there's a better way to say that in terms of, instead of saying no kids allowed, this will be a non-alcoholic, you can kind of gracefully place it at the bottom of the invitation. Just kind of say this is an adult-only invitation, invitation to the wedding, and that I'm sorry, no children will be allowed. And I'm finding that a lot of couples are doing that.
Okay.
They want events with no kids there.
Right.
So,
well, you want everybody to have fun.
Exactly.
And sometimes some events are just not appropriate for children, because you're sitting there and you're eating, you're having a conversation, and the little ones, they get, you know, they get hyper, and they want to talk and play, and they have their little trucks and ballerinas and things that make noise and
run all around.
Right.
And
okay.
everything.
So when you're doing the invitations, a dress code is a thing.
Yes.
Like I kind of had a little dress code for my wedding. You know, I wanted people to be comfortable, but I didn't want like cut-off shorts and like tank tops.
Exactly.
I mean, I was paying for a photographer.
Exactly. No, I agree.
Right. So where do you put that? Is that something else that you put at the bottom of the invitation, or?
Yes, I do believe that that is something that you can put at the bottom as well. As mentioned with the no kids, there is a way that you do it so that it's graceful and it's not tacky, in a sense. So I think that your invitation sets the tone for the type of event or wedding that you want to have.
Okay.
With the invitation, also, of course, the time of day would also play a part in the attire for the event. Like, of course, example here, this is more of a formal invitation.
Okay.
It's an evening invitation.
I'm going to hold that up and show everybody, too.
Sure.
Okay, so that's more of an evening invitation, because it's the gray and the silver. That's pretty.
Yes.
And if it was like a 2 o'clock on a Saturday in June, you may want to go with a lighter color.
Exactly. Lighter colors for more events that are during the day, per se. And then if it's an evening, more of a type of elegant or black tie event, I would go more with the stronger colors, like the black, the darks, the blacks, the silvers, the purples. Okay.
Is there any rules to the invitations? Like, you know, you hear that if you're a guest to a wedding, you shouldn't wear red because you're not supposed to upstage the bride. You don't want to wear black because that looks like you don't support the wedding. Are there any, like, traditional colors that you're supposed to use for invitations?
Well, I would say that no.
No?
I mean, do the invitation so that it fits your personality, fits what you and the groom are looking for. I had a client one time where their wedding theme was the whole turquoise with the feather. And so they went with that theme, and that was what they liked. So I don't think that brides and grooms should solely depend on what they should do, the rules. I think it's better for them to just go with how they feel.
Go with you.
If it's something that you want, just go for it.
And go for it. All right, well, before I let you go, what are some of the mistakes that you can avoid making when it comes to your invitations?
Okay, all right. So mistakes that you can avoid making is a good one. When you are sending out your invitation, make sure you address it to pretty much, if it's the husband and wife, please address it that way.
Okay.
When you are the RSVP that's on the inside,
Right.
make sure that you're very specific in terms of who you want to invite and who you want to come, because sometimes people, if you give them a short stick, they take a mile.
Right.
And they want to invite all these kids and all these people to a wedding. So be very specific, because people do make that mistake of listing, oh sure, list the people coming,
Right.
and somebody puts down 10.
So if you put down, you know, Stephanie, and then you open it up and it's like Stephanie +1.
Yes.
To me, I would assume that means an adult +1.
Exactly.
But some people may, oh, well, I can bring the kids. Like, they automatically assume that.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I think that people, when in doubt, call the bride, call the groom.
You're
But
right.
don't just assume, because that's
Yeah.
it's just not the right thing
That's
to do.
not the right thing to do.
Just don't assume.
All right, Stephanie. Well, there's a big wedding extravaganza that's coming up, right?
Yes, it is.
So quickly before we let you go,
Sure.
want to talk about that?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right,
When is it?
So it's Sunday, March 20th, 2016. It's from 1 to 4 p.m. It's at the Sheraton College Park North Hotel in Beltsville, Maryland.
Oh, that's a nice place.
Yes, I
Yeah.
love that place. This is my 3rd annual event, and this year we're bringing in the wedding gown. So we have a fashion show that we're putting on. Of course, we'll have the bride, the gowns provided by Lefty's Bridal.
Okay.
Of Marlboro. So yes, I'm very excited about this event. And information about the event can be found at springweddingextravaganza.com.
Okay, springweddingextravaganza.com, March 20th.
Yes.
Got it.
and
All right.
tickets as well.
Great. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank
So we
you.
look forward to seeing you again in the springtime.
Yes, yay.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And brides to be, this is what you want to listen for, March 20th.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. Well.